Welcome to American Serenity, your haven for USA-inspired tranquility, where nature's gentle whispers guide you to restful dreams. Tonight, we drift together into the serene abyss of our planet's hidden oceans, vast realms echoing the peaceful expanses of America's coastal wonders, from the Pacific's deep trenches to the Atlantic's quiet mysteries. Let these 100 tranquil facts about deep-sea ecosystems envelop you like a calming current, unveiling bioluminescent magic, adaptive marvels, and hydrothermal oases that exist in eternal darkness. There is no need to stay awake for all of these wonders. Sleep is welcome here, at any moment. If you drift away after the first fact, or the 50th, you have succeeded. This journey exists to serve your rest. Breathe deeply, unwind your shoulders, and allow the ocean's wonders to lull you into profound sleep. Let us descend, together, into tranquility. Tonight you'll discover bioluminescent magic that evolved independently over 40 times across different species, adaptive marvels that allow life to thrive under pressures 1,000 times what we experience here on the surface, and hydrothermal oases discovered in 1977 that changed everything we thought we knew about where life can exist. These wonders exist in eternal darkness, miles beneath the waves, in a realm of peace and mystery. But here, right now, I want you to understand something important. There is no need, absolutely no need, to stay awake for all of these wonders. Sleep is not just welcome here, it is honored. It is celebrated. It is the entire purpose of this journey. If you drift away after the first fact, or the 5th, or the 50th, you have not failed. You have succeeded. You have allowed yourself the gift of rest. This journey exists only to serve your rest, to cradle you, to support you as you release the day and surrender to the night. So breathe deeply now, let that breath fill your lungs completely, hold it for just a moment, and release. Feel your shoulders unwind, drop them away from your ears, let them be heavy. Feel your jaw soften, your tongue rest gently in your mouth, your eyes grow soft behind your lids. Allow the ocean's ancient wonders to lull you into profound sleep. The kind of sleep that restores, that heals, that prepares you for tomorrow's light. The Mariana Trench plunges nearly 11,000 meters into the earth, deeper than Everest rises into the sky. Tonight, we descend together, not into pressure, but into peace. Not into cold, but into calm. Not into darkness, but into tranquility. Let us descend, together, slowly, breath by breath, into the welcoming embrace of the deep. Are you ready? Let your body sink deeper into your bed, as we sink deeper into the sea. Let us begin. Our first wonder awaits you in the depths. The deep sea, covering over 95% of Earth's oceans, is a vast, serene realm where pressures gently shape life in quiet harmony. 95%. Nearly the entire ocean. Nearly the entire planet. We live on a water world, and most of that water exists in peaceful darkness, waiting, patient, timeless. Below 200 meters, sunlight fades into peaceful darkness, creating a tranquil abyss where mysteries unfold slowly, like dreams taking form in your mind's eye. The light doesn't vanish suddenly, it dims, gradually, gently, red wavelengths absorbed first, then orange, then yellow, then green, until only the faintest blue remains, and then, even that whisper of light, surrenders to the dark. Deep-sea ecosystems host over 230,000 known species, each one adapted to a world of gentle, eternal calm. Can you imagine? 230,000 souls living in peace in the dark. 230,000 different ways to exist, to survive, to thrive, in conditions we once thought impossible for life. And these are only the ones we've discovered. Scientists believe millions more species wait in unexplored depths, living their quiet lives, unbothered by our ignorance, patient as the sea itself. The average depth of the ocean is 3,700 meters, a soothing expanse inviting contemplation of nature's hidden depths. Let that distance wash over you like a wave. Nearly 4 kilometers of peaceful water between the surface where storms rage, and the seafloor where stillness reigns. 4 kilometers of blue, fading to black, fading to mystery. Breathe that distance into your body, feel how deep peace can go. As we drift deeper, descending now, past the sunlit zones, past the twilight, into the midnight waters. Trenches like the Mariana, off America's Pacific territories near Guam, plunge to 11 kilometers, cradling serene secrets in their folds. The deepest place on Earth, quiet, patient, waiting since before humans walked upright, since before we knew oceans existed. If you placed Mount Everest in the Mariana Trench, 2 kilometers of water would still cover its summit. That's how deep peace goes. That's how far the ocean holds its secrets. Deep-sea currents flow steadily like whispered breaths, circulating nutrients in a global cycle of quiet renewal. Imagine these currents as the ocean's slow breathing, in and out, carrying life where it needs to go, delivering nourishment, removing waste, the planet's circulatory system, invisible, essential, eternal. Your own breath joins this rhythm now, in and out, slow, steady, peaceful as deep water. The abyssal plain, flat and vast like a desert undersea, offers endless tranquility for wandering thoughts. Miles and miles of soft sediment, undisturbed for centuries, serene beyond measure. No mountains here to climb, no valleys to traverse, just vast flatness, perfect stillness, like your mind can become, when you let thoughts settle, like sediment drifting down through dark water. Cold seeps release methane gently, nurturing ecosystems in slow, nurturing bubbles. Life finds a way even here, in the cold, in the dark, in places we thought were barren. Finding nourishment in what rises from below, from the earth itself, from chemistry and geology and patience. Just as you find nourishment now, in darkness, in stillness, in the simple act of breathing and being. Whale falls create oases of life, where fallen giants provide serene sustenance for decades. When a whale completes its journey and comes to rest on the seafloor, gently, peacefully, it becomes a gift. Its body feeds hundreds of species for 30 years or more, in a cycle of generous, peaceful giving that transforms death into continued life. Even endings become beginnings in the deep. Even rest becomes productivity. Your sleep tonight is like this, transforming the day's ending into tomorrow's beginning, rest becoming restoration. The deep sea regulates Earth's climate softly, absorbing heat and carbon in peaceful balance, taking in 90% of the excess heat our planet generates. This vast realm is our planet's gentle guardian, keeping us safe, keeping us stable, working silently, invisibly, asking nothing in return. The ocean protects us, just as sleep protects you, silently, faithfully, every single night. Let this wonder lull you into calm, deeper calm, the kind that comes from knowing you're held, you're safe, you're exactly where you need to be. And now, we enter the realm of living light, where darkness becomes illuminated by life itself. Bioluminescence, nature's gentle glow, lights the deep with over 90% of creatures producing their own light. In this darkness, where the sun has never reached, where no photon from our star has ever penetrated, life chose to become its own star. Life decided, through millions of years of patient evolution, that if light would not come from above, it would create light from within. Imagine that decision, that adaptation, that quiet revolution happening in the dark. Anglerfish dangle luminous lures like soft lanterns, drawing prey in hypnotic serenity. A patient fisher in the void, glowing softly, waiting. The female anglerfish carries a modified spine extending from her head, tipped with a bulb of bioluminescent bacteria, glowing green or blue in the absolute darkness, a tiny lighthouse in the abyss. She doesn't chase her food. She doesn't hunt frantically. She simply glows, and waits, and the curious, the hungry, the mesmerized, drift closer, closer, into her patient jaws. There's wisdom in that patience, in that stillness, in knowing that what you need will come to you, if you simply wait, and glow softly, and trust. Jellyfish pulse with bioluminescent waves, creating tranquil displays of living light in the dark. Watch them in your mind's eye, pulsing, glowing, drifting. Their bells contract and release, rhythmic as breathing, rhythmic as heartbeat, and with each pulse, light ripples across their translucent bodies, blue-green waves of luminescence, like aurora borealis underwater, like living galaxies floating through space. They drift with currents, requiring no effort, no struggle, just pulsing, glowing, being. You can be the jellyfish now, pulsing with breath, glowing with inner peace, drifting towards sleep. Deep-sea squid flash gentle patterns, communicating in a silent language of wonder. What are they saying to each other in their language of light? We may never know, but their conversation is beautiful. Dots and dashes of bioluminescence, Morse code in the abyss, messages flashing across their skin in patterns we can see but not understand. Perhaps they're saying, "I am here." Perhaps, "Come closer." Perhaps, "All is well." Whatever their message, it's delivered in gentle pulses of light, in a language older than words, in communication that needs no sound. Bioluminescent bacteria form symbiotic bonds, glowing softly within hosts for mutual calm. Tiny organisms, microscopic, living inside larger ones, both benefiting, both peaceful. The bacteria receive shelter and nutrients. The host receives light for hunting or defense or communication. Neither could thrive alone quite as well as they thrive together. There's a lesson there about partnership, about cooperation, about how we all carry within us countless other lives. Bacteria in our gut, on our skin, in our mouths, working with us, for us, as part of us. We are never truly alone. We are walking ecosystems, communities of life, cooperating in every moment. The vampire squid's cloak shimmers with peaceful photophores, a defense of subtle beauty. Its name sounds fearsome, conjuring images of danger, of blood, of gothic horror. But the vampire squid is gentle, drifting through the midnight zone like a ghost wrapped in stars. When threatened, it doesn't attack. It inverts its webbed arms over its body, creating a cloak covered in bioluminescent spots, confusing predators, creating a display of light that says, "I am larger than I am. I am more than I appear, leave me in peace." And it works. This gentle creature survives through beauty, through light, through the peaceful art of misdirection. Lanternfish, the most abundant deep-sea vertebrates, migrate nightly in serene schools of light. Billions of them, perhaps trillions, we don't know the exact count because they're so numerous, rising toward the surface each evening as darkness falls, descending each dawn as light returns. The largest migration on Earth that most people never see, happening every single night in oceans around the world. A vertical journey of hundreds of meters, traveling from depth to surface and back again, following food, following instinct, following patterns established over millions of years. They rise together, millions of tiny lights ascending through darkness, like stars falling upward, like an underwater aurora migrating through the water column. Breathe with their rhythm, rising with the inhale, falling with the exhale, rising, falling, the ancient pattern, the eternal cycle. Comb jellies refract light in rainbow hues, drifting like ethereal dreams through the abyss. They don't produce light themselves through chemistry, they bend it, refract it, through thousands of tiny cilia, hair-like structures that beat in coordinated waves to propel them through water. When light from a submersible hits those beating cilia, it diffracts into rainbow colors, blues and greens and golds rippling along their bodies in waves of gentle beauty. They're like living prisms, like crystallized water, like frozen rainbows somehow come alive and set free to drift. And even in complete darkness, when there's no light to refract, they often produce their own bioluminescence, unwilling to exist without beauty, determined to glow. Bioluminescence evolved over 40 times, independently, across different branches of the tree of life. A testament to life's gentle ingenuity in darkness. 40 separate times, life discovered the same solution to the same problem. 40 times, different organisms, different evolutionary lineages, different millions of years ago, all arrived at the same answer. When it's dark, make light. When you cannot see, glow. When the world gives you darkness, become a star. Nature finds solutions, again and again, through patience, through time, through countless small experiments over vast generations. The solutions are there, waiting to be discovered, by those willing to try, to adapt, to change. These glowing wonders inspire awe, reminding us of nature's quiet magic beneath the waves. Magic that needs no spells, no incantations, just chemistry and biology and time. Magic that glows in darkness, that thrives under pressure, that finds beauty in the abyss. You carry your own magic too, your own inner light, the bioluminescence of consciousness, the glow of awareness, the light of simply being alive and present and breathing in this moment. Let your light glow softly now, not for others to see, but simply because you can, because you are, because glowing is what living things do in the dark. As we sink deeper still, past the bioluminescent layers, into zones where even light must surrender, we discover how life transforms itself to match its world. Deep-sea creatures adapt to pressures 1,000 times surface levels, with flexible, serene bodies. What would crush us in an instant, cradles them like a gentle embrace. What would destroy our rigid skeletons and burst our gas-filled lungs, supports their boneless forms, their water-filled tissues, their perfectly adapted structures. They are built for this world, perfectly at home in conditions we can barely imagine, let alone survive. There's no struggle for them at depth. No fighting against crushing force. Just existence, peaceful, normal, exactly as it should be. Giant tube worms thrive without sunlight, absorbing chemicals in peaceful chemosynthesis. They have no mouth to speak words, no stomach to digest food, no digestive system as we understand it. Just a body, a tube, and inside that tube, billions of bacteria performing chemical miracles. The worms extend their red plumes into vent water, absorbing hydrogen sulfide that would poison us, oxygen from seawater, carbon dioxide dissolved in the ocean. They deliver these chemicals to their bacterial partners, and the bacteria transform poison into food, toxic sulfides into sugars and proteins and lipids. The worm absorbs these nutrients and grows, sometimes reaching 2 meters in length, taller than most humans, all without ever eating a single bite of food, all through chemistry, through partnership, through simply existing and allowing the process to unfold. The Dumbo octopus glides gracefully with ear-like fins, embodying tranquil flight in depths. Named for Disney's elephant, the one who learned to fly with ears that seemed too large, too awkward, too impossible. But this gentle creature makes the impossible look effortless. Its ear-like fins flap slowly, gracefully, propelling its gelatinous body through the water like an underwater bird, like a dream of flight made real. Hovering, floating, at peace with gravity, at peace with pressure, at peace with the cold dark water that is its entire universe. When you watch a Dumbo octopus float, you understand that grace is possible anywhere, that peace can exist in any environment, that flight takes many forms, and all of them are beautiful. Glass sponges build delicate silica skeletons, standing like serene sculptures on the seafloor. Some are over 10,000 years old, older than the pyramids, older than agriculture, older than written language. They were filtering the deep sea when humans were still hunting mammoths, when ice covered continents, when our entire civilization was impossibly far in the future. And they're still there, still filtering, still growing imperceptibly, quiet witnesses to time passing. They stand on the seafloor like glass cathedrals, Their skeletons intricate lattices of silica, beautiful as any human art, functional as any engineering, created not by conscious design but by cellular processes following ancient instructions. They prove that patience builds wonders, that time creates beauty, that stillness has its own power. Abyssal fish have reduced skeletons, floating lightly in the calm, weightless void. Bone is heavy, metabolically expensive to maintain, useful on land where gravity pulls and structure matters. But in the deep, weight is unnecessary. So they let it go, through generations, through evolution's patient sculpting. They became softer, more flexible, their skeletons reduced to minimal frameworks, their bodies more water than solid. They float in neutral buoyancy, neither rising nor sinking, suspended perfectly in their layer of the ocean, requiring almost no energy to maintain position. There's a lesson there about letting go, about releasing what's no longer useful, about becoming lighter by surrendering what weighs us down. Some deep-sea sharks glow faintly, blending into the peaceful twilight zone. The lantern shark, small and gentle, produces a soft light from its belly, from specialized cells called photophores. The light matches the faint glow from above, the last whispers of sunlight filtering down from the distant surface. To a predator looking up from below, the shark becomes invisible, its silhouette erased by its own light, its shadow eliminated by its glow. It hides not by going dark but by matching the light around it, by becoming one with its environment, by choosing harmony over contrast. Hatchetfish use counter-illumination to match overhead light, hiding in subtle harmony. Their bodies are thin, compressed side to side, shaped like the blade of a hatchet. Their flat, silvery bodies glow from beneath with precisely calibrated bioluminescence, erasing their shadow, disappearing into the water column. They don't hide by seeking darkness. They hide by matching light, by measuring the faint downwelling glow and producing exactly enough luminescence to compensate, to balance, to harmonize. They become invisible through balance, through matching inner light to outer conditions, through finding equilibrium. Deep-sea anemones sway gently with currents, hosting symbiotic life and quiet partnership. Their tentacles, armed with stinging cells, wave in the slow deep-sea currents like grass and wind. Tiny shrimp hide among those tentacles, immune to the sting through chemical signals we don't fully understand. Small fish seek shelter there, darting between tentacles when predators approach. The anemone doesn't eat its guests. It protects them, benefits from their presence in ways subtle and complex. A relationship of trust in the dark, a partnership that requires no contract, no negotiation, just mutual benefit, mutual respect, mutual existence in shared space. The goblin shark extends its jaw softly, a marvel of elastic adaptation. Its mouth can shoot forward, project outward from its head, reaching toward prey in a movement both strange and graceful. Its jaw, normally hidden, extends like a drawer opening, captures prey, then retracts back into place. Like nature's gentle surprise, like a magic trick performed in darkness, like origami come to life. The goblin shark doesn't chase frantically. It approaches slowly, then in one smooth motion, extends, captures, retracts. Efficient, elegant, strange. A reminder that grace takes many forms, that beauty exists in the unusual, that strange is simply another word for uniquely adapted. Viperfish bear needle-like teeth, yet hunt with patient, serene precision. Their teeth are so long they cannot close their mouth completely, fangs extending outside their jaws even when relaxed. They look ferocious, like something from nightmares, from ancient myths of sea monsters. But watch them hunt and you see patience, you see waiting, you see precise striking followed by immediate stillness. They don't thrash or fight. They position themselves vertically in the water, heads up, and wait, perfectly still, sometimes for hours, until prey approaches. Then one swift movement, impalement on those fangs, and stillness again. They hunt with quiet efficiency born of millions of years of refinement. No wasted energy. No panic. Just patient precision. Rest now in these adaptations, each one a poem of survival written in flesh and chemistry and behavior, each one proof that challenges inspire solutions, that pressure creates perfection, that darkness reveals hidden beauty. Many deep-sea species live for centuries, embodying timeless tranquility, existing on timescales we can barely comprehend. The Greenland shark, found in American Arctic waters, in the cold depths off Alaska, off Canada, off Greenland itself, ages gracefully up to 500 years. 500 years. Imagine, a shark alive today, swimming the deep when Shakespeare wrote his plays, when European explorers first touched American shores, when the Renaissance flowered in Italy. Still gliding through icy depths, patient, ancient, slow-moving, in no hurry whatsoever. Growing 1 centimeter per year, reaching sexual maturity at 150 years old, living 3 human lifetimes before even thinking about reproduction. Time moves differently for the Greenland shark, each year a whisper, each century a chapter, each life a novel of slow motion, cold water, patient survival. Deep-sea corals form ancient reefs, growing millimeter by millimeter in peaceful endurance. A coral branch as tall as your arm, delicate and white, might be thousands of years old. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years of patient growth. Adding microscopic layers, one tiny polyp at a time, building structures that will outlast empires, that will persist when languages change, when coastlines shift, when ice ages come and go. Time moves differently in the deep. Growth is measured not in seasons but in centuries. Success is not about speed but about persistence. The corals prove that patience builds cathedrals, that persistence creates monuments, that slow can be powerful. Brine pools create underwater lakes, serene boundaries where adapted life thrives. Lakes beneath the ocean, how strange is that? How impossible. And yet they exist. Dense salt water, supersaturated with salt and minerals, settling in depressions on the seafloor. Too heavy to mix with regular seawater above it. Creating literal shores, actual surfaces, boundaries between liquid and liquid. Step into one without protection, and the salt would be too much, preservation instead of drowning, your tissues unable to handle the osmotic stress. But adapted muscles line the shores, Bacteria thrive in the brine itself, life finding ways even here, at boundaries, at transitions, at places where one world meets another. Some bacteria survive extreme cold and pressure, whispering of life's resilient calm. They exist at the very edge of what we think life can endure, and they don't just survive, they thrive. Temperature near freezing, pressure that would crush steel, no sunlight, minimal nutrients. And yet they reproduce, they metabolize, they exist in perfect balance with their environment. They whisper to us across the miles, across the pressure, that life is more resilient than we imagine, more adaptable than we dream, more persistent than we dare hope. If bacteria can thrive in the deepest trenches, perhaps we can thrive in our own deep places, our own pressure zones, our own personal abysses. Deep-sea cucumbers drift like soft clouds, recycling nutrients in gentle cycles. They vacuum the seafloor with specialized feeding tentacles, processing sediment, extracting whatever organic material it contains, digesting it, returning it to the ocean in a different form. They're janitors, recyclers, transformers of waste into nourishment. And they do it slowly, peacefully, drifting over the abyssal plains like clouds over mountains, like meditation in motion, like proof that even cleanup can be graceful. The barrel-eyed fish gazes upward with tubular eyes, a window to serene overhead worlds. Its head is transparent, literally see-through, a dome of clear tissue through which you can see its brain, its muscles, and most remarkably, its eyes. Tubular. Green. Pointing upward. Always watching the faint light above. Looking for silhouettes of prey. Looking for the shapes of jellies drifting overhead. It can't look forward, can't look sideways, only up. Its entire visual world is the ceiling of the ocean, the surface it will never reach, the light it will never feel. And yet it seems content, adapted perfectly to its upward gaze, finding everything it needs by looking toward what it cannot have, what it will never reach. Siphonophores form colonial chains, cooperating in harmonious, flowing motion. They look like a single creature, long and flowing like ribbons, like strings of lights, like living necklaces drifting through the water. But they're not individuals. They're colonies. Dozens or hundreds of specialized individuals called zooids, working together in perfect cooperation. Some zooids handle swimming, some feeding, some defense, some reproduction. Each specialized. Each essential. All connected by shared tissue, shared purpose, shared existence. The longest animal ever measured was a siphonophore, 120 feet long, longer than a blue whale. A chain of cooperation extending through the water like proof that working together creates something greater than any individual could be alone. Deep-sea amphipods scavenge quietly, maintaining the abyss's balanced ecosystem. Small crustaceans, shrimp-like, arriving at every whale fall, every piece of sinking debris. Every bit of organic material that drifts down from the lit world above. They clean, they recycle, they break down complex molecules into simpler ones. They keep the deep sea healthy through quiet work, through patient consumption, through showing up wherever they're needed and doing the unglamorous work of decomposition. Heroes without recognition, janitors without thanks, essential workers of the abyss. Adaptations like antifreeze proteins allow fish to flourish in icy, tranquil depths. Their blood would freeze at these temperatures, ice crystals forming in their cells, their tissues, their organs. Fatal for any creature without protection. But antifreeze proteins circulate through their veins, molecules that interfere with ice crystal formation, that keep fluids liquid even below their normal freezing point. Nature's ingenious solution to cold: proteins as molecular heaters, chemistry as armor against ice. They swim through water cold enough to freeze them, and they're fine, comfortable, perfectly adapted through molecular innovations we're only beginning to understand. Time is patient here in the deep, and so can you be. Your healing, your growth, your journey toward rest, it doesn't need to happen quickly. The Greenland shark takes its time. The glass sponges take millennia. The corals add their growth one microscopic layer at a time. You too can be patient with yourself. Sleep will come at its own pace. Rest will arrive in its own time. You don't need to force it, to rush it, to demand it appear immediately. Just like the deep sea, just like the ancient organisms, just be patient. Trust the process. Trust the time. Trust that slow is enough, that gradual is acceptable, that patience is its own form of strength. And now, we discover oases in the abyss, places where warmth rises from the cold, where life clusters in impossible abundance. Hydrothermal vents, discovered in 1977, changed everything. Scientists were exploring the deep, expecting barrenness, expecting empty seafloor, expecting nothing but mud and bacteria. Instead, in the darkness, in the pressure, in the cold, they found hot springs. They found towering chimneys belching mineral-rich water. They found gardens, forests, communities of life clustered in such density they could barely believe what they were seeing. It was February 9th, 1977, when the submersible Alvin descended to the Galapagos Rift and discovered what should not exist. Tube worms, giant clams, mussels, crabs, shrimp, all thriving, all abundant, all impossibly alive in a place that had been dismissed as too extreme for anything but the simplest microbes. The discovery rewrote biology textbooks, expanded the definition of habitable zones, gave hope to those searching for life on other worlds, proved that life needs no sun, only chemistry, only energy, only time. These vents spew mineral-rich water at 400 degrees Celsius, yet life clusters peacefully around them. 400 degrees. Hot enough to brew coffee instantly. Hot enough to cook an egg in seconds. Hot enough to sterilize, to destroy, to kill. And yet, the temperature gradient is what makes it work. Scalding hot at the vent mouth, where superheated water explodes from cracks in the seafloor, freezing just meters away, where the ambient ocean at 2 degrees Celsius surrounds and contains the heat. Life thrives in between, in the gradient zone, in the mixing layer, where hot and cold dance together, creating temperatures that are just right. Just warm enough for chemistry to accelerate, just cool enough for tissues to survive. The discovery of these vents along the Galapagos Rift, funded by American institutions, explored by American scientists, changed our understanding of life's boundaries forever. Black smokers form chimney-like structures, releasing sooty plumes in gentle flows. Off the coast of Washington state, along the Juan de Fuca Ridge just miles from American shores, black smokers tower 30, 40, 50 feet high. Minerals precipitate from the superheated water, iron sulfides mostly, black as coal, building towers grain by grain, layer by microscopic layer. Dark clouds billow into the cold water like gentle smoke from volcanic chimneys. American research vessels visit these sites regularly, monitoring, studying, documenting how Earth builds structures without hands, how chemistry creates architecture, how time and flow construct monuments that rival any human building in complexity and beauty. White smokers emit lighter fluids, creating ethereal, calming clouds undersea. Cooler than black smokers, typically between 100 and 300 degrees, their minerals form pale, ghostly plumes. Calcium, barium, silica. White as snow, light as breath. Like breath on a cold morning rising visible into winter air. The Lost City vent field in the Atlantic, discovered by American oceanographers in the year 2000, features white smokers up to 60 meters tall. 60 meters. 20 stories high. Ancient towers that have been venting continuously for over 120,000 years. Imagine, these structures were here during the last ice age, when woolly mammoths walked America, when the first humans crossed the Bering Land Bridge into the New World. The vents were here then, still venting now, patient, eternal, testament to Earth's endless patience. Riftia tube worms grow up to 2 meters, swaying softly in vent currents along the Pacific Rise off California and Mexico. Their red plumes dance in the flow, feathery gills extending from white tubes, absorbing hydrogen sulfide, a poison to us, but to them, the very source of life. American submersibles. Alvin from Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in Massachusetts. Jason from the same institution, have documented these forests of red plumes for decades. Countless hours of footage. Thousands of dives. Millions of dollars invested in understanding how life persists without sunlight. The tube worms sway in videos archived at American research centers, teaching us, reminding us, showing us that adaptation is always possible, that even poison can become food if you have the right chemistry, the right partners, the right patience. Vent bacteria use chemosynthesis, converting chemicals into energy without sunlight's rush. They are the foundation here, the invisible producers supporting entire ecosystems. The first link in a food chain that has nothing to do with the sun. A completely independent ecosystem, in the dark, discovered by Americans, studied by Americans, protected now by American environmental policies that recognize these vents as invaluable, irreplaceable, worthy of preservation. The bacteria work continuously, day and night meaning nothing to them, seasons irrelevant, only chemistry mattering, only the steady flow of hydrogen sulfide and oxygen and carbon dioxide. They teach us that there are many ways to make energy, many paths to survival, many foundations upon which life can build. Mussels and clams form dense beds around vents in Monterey Canyon off the California coast, thriving in the vents' nurturing warmth. Monterey Bay, where the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute sends ROVs to explore, where American scientists pioneered deep-sea exploration technology, where some of the most stunning footage of vent communities has been captured. The mussels cluster so densely you cannot see the rock beneath, all filtering the vent fluids, all harboring bacteria inside their gill tissues, all growing larger than their shallow water cousins because food here is abundant, because the vents provide generously, because chemistry creates prosperity. They cluster together not from desperation but from opportunity, finding strength in numbers, finding success in community. Vent shrimp swarm serenely around black smokers near the mid-Atlantic ridge, which America's research vessels visit regularly. Their eyes adapted to detect infrared glows, thermal vision in the darkness. They have no normal vision, no way to see shapes or colors or movement as we understand seeing. But they can sense the heat signature of the vent, can navigate by temperature, by the invisible glow of hot rock and hot water. Hovering just close enough to the vent to farm the bacteria on their carapaces, cultivating their food like underwater gardeners, waving through warm currents like farmers tending invisible crops. Without being cooked. Without being harmed. Finding their optimal position through trial and error, through instinct, through generations of ancestors who figured out the exact distance, the perfect positioning, the ideal temperature range. The scalyfoot snail, discovered in the Indian Ocean but studied extensively by American researchers, has an iron-armored shell protecting it in peaceful resilience. Its shell is reinforced with iron sulfide, the only animal known to use iron this way. A tiny armored knight in the abyss, no larger than a thumb, wearing medieval armor made by chemistry, by the precipitation of iron from vent fluids onto its shell surface. It crawls across rocks near vents, grazing on bacterial mats, protected by innovation, by adaptation, by nature's own metallurgy. American scientists studying this snail hope to understand how biological systems incorporate metals, how organisms engineer their own armor, how evolution discovers solutions that might inspire human technology, biomimicry from the deep. Vent ecosystems recycle metals, contributing to Earth's quiet geological balance. Iron, copper, zinc, manganese, gold, silver. All these metals dissolve from hot rock underground, circulate through vent fluids, precipitate on the seafloor. Some are absorbed by organisms. Some build chimney structures. Some disperse into the ocean, settling over vast areas, enriching sediments. The cycle continues endlessly. Earth's own mining operation, natural, efficient, balanced. American geologists study these cycles to understand our formation, to understand how metal deposits form on continents, to understand Earth's deep processes that create the minerals our civilization depends upon. The vents teach geology, teach chemistry, teach patience, teach that Earth has its own timescale, its own processes, operating whether we watch or not. Some vents in American waters host yeti crabs, furry arms waving gently in mineral-rich waters. not off the continental United States but near American territories in the Pacific, near the Mariana Islands, near American Samoa. Their arms are covered in filaments that host bacteria, blonde and fuzzy, earning them the nickname Yeti. They wave those arms through the vent fluid like farmers tending crops, like conductors leading orchestras, like dancers performing in slow motion. Then they bring their arms to their mouths and eat the bacteria they've cultivated. Farming in the abyss. Agriculture in darkness. Proof that complex behaviors, that sophisticated strategies, can evolve anywhere conditions demand them. Alkaline vents like Lost City in the Atlantic, explored by American-funded expeditions, release hydrogen-rich fluids, potential cradles of early life. Some scientists believe life itself began at vents like these, where chemistry becomes biology, where minerals become membranes, where rocks become cells. The conditions are right. The chemistry works. The energy is available. These vents might be where it all started, 4 billion years ago, when Earth was young and violent and covered in ocean. When America didn't exist, when continents were different shapes, when the only life was microbial. The vents were there then, might have been the crucible, the womb, the birthplace of everything that followed. Every fish, every human, every thought you're thinking right now, might trace back to those ancient vents, to chemistry and darkness, to minerals and water meeting in just the right way. Vent fields in the Gulf of California, just below Baja California in Mexican waters but studied extensively by American oceanographers from Scripps Institution in San Diego, host kaleidoscopic, serene biodiversity. Each vent system is slightly different, hosting different communities, different species, each one unique. Temperature variations of a few degrees create entirely different worlds. Chemical composition changes attract different specialists. Substrate type, rock versus sediment, determines which organisms can anchor. The diversity rivals any rainforest, any coral reef, compressed into small areas around each vent. Concentrated biodiversity. Oases in the desert of the abyss. Calcite spires rise like underwater towers near vents off Oregon's coast, glowing softly in submersible lights. White mineral formations, delicate and tall, like Gothic cathedrals built by precipitation, like castles constructed by chemistry. Calcium carbonate accumulating over decades, over centuries, building structures so delicate a touch might shatter them, yet strong enough to stand against deep-sea currents, patient enough to grow for millennia. American researchers photograph these formations, map them, monitor them, watching how they grow, how they change, how they respond to shifts in vent activity. Mirror pools reflect hydrothermal shimmer in the Gulf of Mexico, creating hypnotic, tranquil surfaces. Pockets of water with different densities, different salinity, different temperature, creating boundaries that act like mirrors. Interfaces that reflect light. Surfaces underwater. When submersible lights hit these pools, reflections dance, shimmer, create illusions of space and depth. Underwater mirrors in the dark. American oil companies exploring the Gulf have encountered these features, these strange, beautiful anomalies, these reminders that even in waters we think we know, mysteries persist. Then archaea, ancient microbes studied in American laboratories from samples collected worldwide, thrive in extremes with serene metabolic grace. These organisms are among Earth's oldest forms of life. Their ancestors saw the planet's first days, when America was not even imagined, when life was only chemistry finding new ways to persist. And they survive unchanged, fundamentally the same as their ancient ancestors, perfect then, perfect now, proof that sometimes evolution's first solution is so good it needs no improvement. American microbiologists culture these archaea, study their proteins, sequence their genomes, trying to understand how life persists at extremes, how organisms function at temperatures that should destroy them, how ancient metabolic pathways still operate after billions of years. These oases support food webs independent of the sun, a wonder of self-sustaining calm. Every biology textbook used to say all life depends on the sun. All energy flows from photosynthesis. Plants are the foundation of every ecosystem. But the vents proved that wrong. Here, in American territorial waters and beyond, entire ecosystems thrive without any connection to solar energy. The sun could burn out, and the vents would continue. The bacteria would keep chemosynthesizing. The tube worms would keep swaying. The crabs would keep hunting. The shrimp would keep farming. A parallel biosphere, independent, self-contained, running on Earth's internal heat instead of the sun's external light. Vent plumes disperse minerals globally, enriching the deep sea's peaceful expanse. American oceanographers tracking these plumes with sensors deployed from research vessels have discovered they can travel hundreds, thousands of kilometers from their source. Drifting with deep sea currents. Settling slowly. Delivering iron to iron-poor regions. Feeding phytoplankton thousands of miles away. The vents, isolated though they seem, are connected to the entire ocean system. What happens in the abyss affects the surface. What dissolves at depth eventually circulates globally. Everything is connected. Every current carries influence. Every deep-sea process has surface consequences. Some vents are ephemeral, blooming and fading in nature's gentle rhythm. A vent discovered by American scientists in the 1980s might be extinct by the 2000s. Silent. Cold. The magma chamber below has cooled or shifted. The flow has stopped. And the ecosystem, the forests of tube worms, the beds of mussels, they die. Not immediately. Some organisms persist for years on residual chemicals. But eventually the food runs out and the community collapses. Organisms disperse. Larvae drift with currents seeking other vents. Some find them. Some don't. And new vents open elsewhere. New magma rises. New cracks form. New chimneys begin to build. Life finds them, colonizes them, begins again. The cycle continues. Vents bloom and fade like flowers. Ecosystems migrate like birds. Nothing is permanent except change itself. Hydrothermal ecosystems inspire awe, revealing life's adaptability in quiet depths explored by American courage and curiosity. From the first discovery in 1977 to current research continuing today, American scientists have led deep-sea exploration. American funding, American technology, American persistence, pushing deeper, discovering more, revealing wonders that rewrite what we think we know. Every dive brings new species. Every year brings new discoveries. The abyss is not empty. It's full. Full of life. Full of mystery. Full of lessons about persistence, adaptation, finding opportunity in the most unlikely places. Let their warmth reach you now, even through all this cold water, even through all these miles of depth and pressure and darkness. Let the vents remind you that warmth can rise from within, that you don't need external sources to generate heat, that your own core contains fires, your own depths contain energy, your own chemistry creates warmth. The vents need no sun. You need no outside validation. The vents sustain ecosystems through internal heat. You sustain yourself through internal strength. Rest now in that knowledge. Rest in the warmth rising from your own depths. Rest like the vent organisms, clustered around your own internal heat source, your own life force, your own persistent burning core. Deep-sea trenches in American Pacific territories host unique species, adapted to eternal, serene isolation. The Mariana Trench, deepest point on Earth, belongs to the United States. American territory. American seafloor. American abyss. James Cameron, American director, descended there in 2012 in a submersible he helped design. Nearly 11 kilometers down. Deeper than Everest is tall. He spent 3 hours at the bottom, the third person ever to visit, collecting samples, filming, experiencing pressure that would crush almost anything. He saw amphipods. Translucent. Delicate. Living at pressures we can barely comprehend. He saw bacterial mats. Xenophyophores, giant single-celled organisms the size of dinner plates. Life adapted to the absolute extreme of what Earth offers. The Hadal Zone, named for Hades, the underworld of Greek mythology. But it's not a place of punishment. It's a place of peace, of quiet, of life persisting in its own way at its own pace and its own perfect adaptation. Cold water corals form reefs without light off the coasts of California, Alaska, the Carolinas, Maine, delicate frameworks of ancient peace. Unlike their shallow tropical cousins that need sunlight for their symbiotic algae, these corals need nothing but darkness and patience. They catch food drifting by in the current, tiny particles of organic matter, zooplankton, marine snow. They extend their polyps and filter and grow. Slowly. So slowly. A coral colony the size of a person might be 500, 1,000, 1,500 years old. Growing when Vikings sailed to North America. Growing when Native Americans built their first settlements. Growing when the 13 colonies declared independence. Still growing now. Off the coast of New England, research vessels from Woods Hole have mapped coral gardens at depths of 500 to 1,000 meters. gardens in the dark. Reefs where no light reaches. Proof that beauty doesn't require the sun, that complexity can exist in simplicity, that patience builds cathedrals even in the cold and dark. The Hadal Zone, below 6,000 meters, is Earth's deepest, most tranquil frontier. Only a handful of humans have visited these depths. Don Walsh and Jacques Picard in 1960, descending in the Trieste bathyscaphe to the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. American naval officer and Swiss engineer, making history together. Then James Cameron in 2012. Then Victor Vescovo, American explorer and retired naval commander, making multiple dives between 2018 and 2020, diving to the 5 deepest points in the ocean, all in a submersible designed and built with American engineering. Each time, life. Each dive, organisms. Nothing lives at these depths, scientists once said. Too much pressure. Too little food. Too extreme. But every time humans descend, they find amphipods, snailfish, sea cucumbers, bacterial mats. Life persists. Life adapts. Life finds a way even in Earth's most extreme environment. Deep-sea sediments hold climate records, whispering of past serene oceans. American research ships drill cores from the deep seafloor off both coasts, extracting columns of mud that tell stories spanning millions of years. Each layer, each centimeter of sediment, represents thousands of years. The shells of microscopic organisms, foraminifera, preserve in their chemistry the temperature of the water they lived in. The oxygen isotope ratios tell us about ice ages, about warming periods, about atmospheric carbon dioxide concentrations. Scientists in American laboratories, at Columbia University, at MIT, at Scripps, read these cores like history books. They tell us the ocean was warmer 80 million years ago when dinosaurs lived. Colder 20,000 years ago during the last glacial maximum when ice covered New York and Boston. The sediments remember everything. Every climate shift. Every extinction event. Every change. Patient archives in the dark. Bioluminescent plankton create milky seas off the California coast sometimes, vast glowing patches of wonder. American sailors throughout history reported seas that glowed bright enough to read by at night. The entire ocean surface luminous. Eerie. Beautiful. Frightening to those who didn't understand. Caused by billions of bacteria, all glowing together in synchronized blooms. Visible from space. Satellite images from NASA have captured these events, massive areas of ocean glowing faintly in the darkness. Coordinated bioluminescence on a scale so vast it seems impossible. But the bacteria communicate chemically, sensing each other's presence, triggering their light production when density reaches a threshold. Quorum sensing, scientists call it. The bacteria wait until there are enough of them to make an impact, then they all glow together. Strength in numbers. Power in coordination. Light from cooperation. Deep-sea fish like the blobfish live off the coast of Australia, but their cousins inhabit American Pacific waters too, relaxing in gelatinous forms, buoyant and calm. On the surface, brought up by trawlers, the blobfish looks sad, droopy, melted, like a caricature of depression. But that's because its body, adapted for deep pressure, expands and collapses in surface conditions. In its home at depth, it's graceful, perfectly shaped, exactly right for its environment. Its gelatinous tissue, slightly less dense than water, allows it to hover just above the seafloor without expending energy. No swim bladder needed. No constant swimming required. Just existing, resting, waiting for food to drift by. The blobfish teaches us not to judge, not to assume, not to think that what looks wrong in one context isn't perfect in another. We all have our depth, our optimal pressure, our right environment where we're graceful instead of collapsed. The midnight zone, 1,000 to 4,000 meters deep beneath American waters, is a realm of perpetual, soothing twilight. Not quite black, not quite lit. A gentle gradient where the last traces of sunlight surrender to darkness. In this zone, beneath the waves off Hawaii, off Florida, off California, creatures exist in permanent dusk. The sun is a memory, a rumor, a faint glow from above that provides no warmth, no energy, only the barest orientation. This way is up, that way is down. Nothing more. The creatures here are adapted to eternal twilight. Eyes large to gather every photon. Bodies dark on top, light on bottom, counter-shaded to blend into the gradient. Movements slow and energy efficient because food is scarce. This is the zone of quiet contemplation, of patient waiting, of making peace with permanent in-between. Abyssal gigantism makes creatures larger in American deep waters, embodying nature's gentle scaling. Giant squid off the coast of California and Alaska. Giant isopods the size of dinner plates. Giant amphipods as long as your hand. In the deep, growing large has advantages. Larger bodies metabolize more slowly, requiring less food. Longer lifespans allow more opportunities to find mates in the sparsely populated abyss. Fewer predators can handle large prey. So evolution trends toward size, toward slowness, toward patient enormity. American museums display these giants. The Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. Preserved specimens that inspire awe, that make children gasp, that remind us that our size, our scale, is just one of infinite possibilities. Deep-sea eels slither gracefully through the water column off the eastern seaboard, navigating currents with innate serenity. Long, sinuous bodies, perfect for the three-dimensional world of the abyss. They move like ribbons, like silk scarves floating on wind. Minimal muscle movement required. Their bodies undulate in S-curves that propel them efficiently through water. Swimming with minimal effort. Conserving energy. Moving when necessary. Resting in place when possible. The eels found off Cape Cod, off the Carolinas, off the Gulf Coast, remind us that grace comes in many forms. That efficiency can be beautiful. That moving through life doesn't require thrashing or struggle. Sometimes it just requires finding the right motion, the right rhythm, the right balance between effort and surrender. Manganese nodules dot the seafloor off the California coast, quiet treasures forming over eons. Potato-sized lumps of metal, sitting on the abyssal plains, growing grain by grain, taking millions of years to reach the size of your fist. Formed by chemical precipitation, layer upon microscopic layer of manganese and iron oxides accumulating around a nucleus, a shark tooth perhaps, or a bit of shell. American mining companies have eyed these nodules. Valuable metals. But the process of collecting them would destroy ancient ecosystems. Disturb sediments that have lain undisturbed for millions of years. Kill organisms that can't survive disruption. So they remain for now. Protected by depth. By cost. By growing awareness that some treasures are worth more untouched than harvested. The deep sea absorbs 90% of Earth's excess heat, a guardian of surface calm. American climate scientists have documented this buffering effect. The vast volume of deep water, cold and dense, acts as a thermal battery, absorbing heat that would otherwise warm the surface, moderating temperature extremes, protecting coastal American cities from even more dramatic climate change than they're already experiencing. Without this vast reservoir, Miami would be hotter. New York would be more extreme. The Pacific Northwest would see wilder swings. The ocean protects us. Silently. Asking nothing. Absorbing our excess. Buffering our mistakes. Patient guardian of the surface world where we live, never seeing the depths that keep us safe. Plastic microplastics reach even these depths off American shores, a reminder for gentle stewardship. Samples from the Mariana Trench contain plastic fibers. Amphipods in the Hadal Zone have plastic in their guts. Single-use bags have been found at depths of 7,000 meters. Our waste, our convenience, our disposability, has reached the most remote place on Earth. Faster than we explored it. We contaminated the abyss before we understood it. American scientists studying this contamination work on solutions. Better plastics that degrade. Improved waste management. Public education. Ocean cleanup initiatives. The plastic in the deep reminds us that nowhere is too far. No place is too remote. Everything connects. Every action ripples. Every piece of trash travels. We must do better. Be gentler. Think further ahead. Deep sea mining is being explored in international waters, with American companies involved, but concerns about preserving this tranquil wilderness grow. The challenge is to learn without destroying, to understand without disrupting, to benefit without harming. American environmental groups advocate for caution, for more research before extraction begins, for protecting areas we don't yet understand. The vents, the seamounts, the abyssal plains, they're irreplaceable. Once disrupted, they may never recover. the organisms that grow too slowly, live too long, reproduce too rarely. They can't bounce back from industrial-scale disturbance. So the question becomes, is the metal worth the cost? Is our need great enough to justify destroying ecosystems that have existed for millions of years? American voices join the global conversation. Some saying yes, some saying no. All agreeing we need more information before we decide. ROVs like those from NOAA in American waters, from the Okeanos Explorer, reveal vent's beauty in peaceful exploration. Remotely operated vehicles. No humans aboard. Just cameras and sensors and manipulator arms. Controlled from ships on the surface by pilots sitting at computer consoles. These robots dive deeper than any human can. Stay longer. Risk nothing. They've mapped thousands of square kilometers of American seafloor. Discovered new species. Documented behaviors never seen before. Collected samples from depths no diver could reach. American ROV technology leads the world. Sophisticated systems. High-definition cameras. Advanced sensors. All in service of exploration. Of understanding. Of revealing wonders to those of us who will never visit, who can only watch the footage, who can only imagine the cold pressure darkness but can see through robot eyes the beauty hidden there. Deep-sea canyons channel currents off the East Coast, the Monterey Canyon in California, the Hudson Canyon off New York, sculpting serene underwater landscapes. Just like on land, water carves stone. River-like flows of dense water cascade down submarine slopes. Cutting channels. Eroding walls. Creating topography in the dark. The Monterey Canyon is deeper than the Grand Canyon. Steeper. Carved not by a river but by turbidity currents, underwater avalanches of sediment-laden water. The canyon walls create habitat. Vertical surfaces where corals attach. Overhangs where fish shelter. Current channels where nutrients concentrate. American oceanographers map these canyons with sonar. Study them with submersibles. Discover how underwater topography creates the same kind of ecosystem diversity that mountains and valleys create on land. The canyons prove that even in the flat expanses of the deep, relief matters. Variation creates opportunity. Complexity supports diversity. Bioluminescent fungi glow when wood falls off the Oregon coast, creating glowing, ephemeral habitats. When trees wash into the ocean during storms, when rivers and flood carry logs to sea, they sink. Waterlogged wood settles on the seafloor, and it becomes habitat. Boring organisms, shipworms that aren't actually worms but clams with long bodies, tunnel through the wood. Fungi colonize it. Bacteria decompose it. And some of these fungi, these decomposers breaking down cellulose in the darkness, they glow. Bioluminescent fungi in wood falls. Temporary islands of light and life on the abyssal plain. Lasting decades. Then gone. Consumed. Recycled. Returned to the water as dissolved organic carbon. Nothing wasted. Everything used. Even fallen trees from American forests serve purpose in the abyss. The deep sea's biodiversity rivals rainforests, a hidden world of quiet variety beneath American waters. We've explored more of the moon's surface than the deep ocean off our own coasts. More than 80% of the ocean remains unmapped at high resolution. Unexplored. Unknown. So much wonder still waiting. So many species undiscovered. So many behaviors unobserved. Every expedition finds new organisms. Every dive reveals surprises. American waters from Alaska to Florida contain mysteries we haven't begun to solve. The deep sea off America is as alien as another planet. As strange. As full of life we can't imagine until we see it. The biodiversity there, silent, patient, existing whether we discover it or not, reminds us how much remains unknown. How much humility we should carry. How little we truly understand about our own planet. Some species migrate vertically daily off the California coast, rising and falling in harmonious tides. Every night, as the sun sets, creatures begin ascending. Lanternfish, krill, squid, jellies. Rising from depths of 500 meters, 1,000 meters, swimming upward toward food-rich surface waters. Feeding in darkness. Then, before dawn, descending again. Fleeing the light. Returning to depth. This vertical migration, happening nightly off American shores, is Earth's largest animal migration by biomass. Billions of tons of creatures moving up and down daily. More mass moving more distance than any migration of birds or wildebeest or whales. But invisible. Happening beneath the surface. Unknown to most people. American fishermen encounter this migration sometimes. Their nets filling unexpectedly. Their sonar screens showing a false bottom that rises at night. The deep scattering layer, they call it. A phantom seafloor made of living creatures. Rising. Falling. Breathing. The ocean's pulse. Deep sea sounds travel far in the calm acoustic expanse off American shores. Whale songs recorded by Navy hydrophones off Hawaii. Off Alaska. Off the Atlantic coast. Sound moves better through water than through air. 5 times faster. And in the deep, with no surface noise, no breaking waves, no wind, songs can travel across entire ocean basins. A whale calling off California might be heard near Hawaii. 1,500 miles away. Navy listening stations. SOSUS arrays installed during the Cold War to track Soviet submarines, now detect whales instead. Provide data to American marine biologists. Reveal migration patterns. Population sizes. Calling behaviors. The deep sea is not silent. It hums with life. Whale songs. Snapping shrimp. Crackling ice. Earthquakes rumbling. All transmitted clearly through the acoustic channel. The ocean remembers every sound. Carries every vibration. Nothing is truly isolated in water. The ocean's twilight zone sequesters carbon off American coasts, aiding Earth's peaceful balance. Organisms capture carbon near the surface through photosynthesis or feeding. Then, when they die, they sink. Marine snow falling through the water column, carrying carbon with them, away from the atmosphere, down into the deep. Some carbon reaches the seafloor, gets buried in sediments, locked away for millennia. Geological timescales. This biological carbon pump, operating continuously off every American coast, helps regulate atmospheric CO2, helps moderate climate, helps maintain balance. American scientists study this process, model it, try to understand how it might change as oceans warm, as chemistry shifts, as ecosystems respond to human impacts. The carbon sequestered in the deep, out of sight, out of mind, performs essential planetary services, regulates our atmosphere, maintains our climate, protects our stability. Breathe with the ocean now, slow, deep, feeling your chest rise like lanternfish ascending, feeling your chest fall like marine snow sinking. The ocean's rhythm becomes your rhythm. Its patience becomes your patience. Its depth becomes your rest. As we explore these depths, feel the serenity of nature's hidden embrace surrounding you. The darkness above and below and all around. The pressure holding you gently. The cold that becomes comfortable when you stop resisting. Feel the serenity that comes not from absence of challenge but from perfect adaptation to challenge. The deep sea is serene not because it's easy but because everything there has learned to be exactly what it needs to be. Let the gentle glow of bioluminescence light your path to inner calm. Those tiny lights in the darkness, like stars in your personal universe, guiding you. Not showing you where to go but simply proving that light exists even in the darkest places. That you carry your own luminescence. That you can glow from within when external light fails. The bioluminescence doesn't fight the darkness. It accepts it. Exists within it. Adds beauty to it. You can do the same. Accept your darkness. Exist within it. Add your own gentle glow. In the abyss's quiet, adaptations whisper of life's resilient wonder. Every creature we've met tonight, from American waters and beyond, has found its way. Has found peace in impossible places. The anglerfish with its patient glowing lure. The tube worms swaying in toxic vents. The Greenland shark aging across centuries. The glass sponges older than nations. Each one proves that adaptation is always possible. That challenges inspire solutions. That pressure creates diamonds. That darkness reveals lights we'd never see in brightness. Hydrothermal vents remind us of warmth in even the coldest places. When everything seems dark and cold, when the pressure feels unbearable, when you're deeper than you've ever been, warmth can emerge from unexpected sources. From within. From Earth's own heat rising through cracks. From chemistry. From partnership. From the simple persistent burning of life itself. You have vents too. Sources of warmth in your depths. You just have to find them. Have to descend far enough. Have to be patient enough to locate the heat that's always been there, waiting, rising gently from your own internal geology. Breathe slowly, allowing deep sea mysteries to dissolve your worries. Let them sink like marine snow, falling through dark water, down, down, away from your conscious mind. Settling on the seafloor of your subconscious where they can rest. Where they can be processed slowly. Where they can become sediment, archived, remembered when useful but not troubling you now. Not demanding attention. Not requiring solution. Just sinking. Just settling. Just becoming part of the landscape of your mind. The ocean's vastness mirrors the peace within your own depths. You contain multitudes, like the sea. You hold 230,000 species of thoughts and feelings and memories and possibilities. Quiet spaces within you, waiting to be discovered. Deep trenches of emotion. Luminous zones of joy. Cold currents of logic. Warm vents of passion. Abyssal plains of calm. You are an entire ocean. Vast. Deep. Mostly unexplored even by yourself. And that's okay. That's perfect. You don't need to know every depth. You just need to be comfortable existing as vastness. Imagine drifting like a jellyfish in American waters, off the coast of Maine perhaps, or California, or Florida. Weightless and serene. No bones to support. No muscles to tense. Just water-filled tissue. 95% water. Almost entirely ocean with just enough biology to be considered an organism. No resistance to currents. No fight against flow. Just existing. Pulsing gently. Moving with the water, not against it. Accepting whatever direction the current takes you. The jellyfish doesn't worry about where it's going. Doesn't plan. Doesn't stress. It just pulses, and drifts, and trusts the ocean to take it where it needs to be. These facts flow like currents through your mind, carrying you toward restful dreams. One after another, gentle, persistent, patient as deep-sea currents that flow for thousands of years without stopping. Each fact a drop of water. Together they become a current. A river in the ocean. Carrying you. You don't have to swim. Don't have to navigate. Just let the current carry you. Let the facts flow past and around and through you. Let them guide you deeper into rest. Deeper into calm. Deeper into the approaching shore of sleep. Feel the pressure release as tranquility envelopes you softly. The weight you've been carrying all day, all week, all month, let it go. Let the water support you instead. The deep sea handles pressure effortlessly by accepting it completely. By becoming flexible enough that pressure passes through rather than crushing. You can do the same. Accept the pressures. Become flexible within them. Let them pass through you without resistance, without rigidity, without breaking. The water holds you. The darkness cradles you. The pressure supports you. Everything that seemed heavy becomes gentle when you stop fighting it. Wonders of the deep invite gentle reflection before slumber. So many marvels we've discovered tonight, so much beauty hidden in the dark, in the cold, in the pressure. Life finds a way. Always. In the deepest trench off American territories. In the coldest Arctic waters off Alaska. In the darkest midnight zones off both coasts. Life persists. Adapts. Thrives. And if life can find peace in the crushing depths of the Mariana Trench, if tube worms can sway serenely in 400-degree water, if glass sponges can stand witness to 10,000 years, then surely you can find peace here, in this bed, in this darkness, in this quiet moment of surrender. In this abyss of approaching sleep, loneliness transforms into peaceful solitude. To be alone is not to be lonely. The deep sea teaches us this. Miles of water separate each organism sometimes. A whale fall might host hundreds of species, but the next one could be miles away. Yet the creatures aren't lonely. They're adapted. They're complete within themselves. They carry their symbiotic bacteria, their bioluminescent abilities, their patient hunting strategies. Everything they need exists within them or in their immediate environment. They don't need constant company to feel whole. They exist in solitude without suffering. In darkness without despair. In isolation without anxiety. You can borrow this tonight. This peaceful solitude. This comfortable aloneness. This rest that requires no one else, nothing else, just you in darkness and breath and gradual release. Let bioluminescent lights fade into your mind's calm horizon. Dimming now, those tiny glows we've imagined throughout this journey. The anglerfish's lure growing dimmer. The jellyfish's pulse slowing. The lanternfish descending at dawn, their lights fading as they sink into deeper darkness. Softening. Glowing gently. Then going dark as sleep approaches. Your thoughts are like bioluminescence too. Bright when needed. But now, dimming. The urgent thoughts of the day, fading. The worries about tomorrow, softening. The replays of conversations, dissolving. All the lights in your mind, gentle now, dim now, preparing to go dark, as consciousness releases its grip, as sleep rises from below like the hail zone reaching up to claim you. Adaptations teach us grace in life's quiet challenges. When pressure mounts, the deep-sea creatures show us, we can become more flexible, not harder. When it's dark, we can make our own light, or we can accept darkness as natural. When food is scarce, we can slow our metabolism, be patient, wait for what we need to arrive. When mates are rare, we can be content with solitude, knowing that connection will come when it comes. Every challenge the deep sea presents, every problem that seems insurmountable, evolution has solved it somehow. Through patience. Through flexibility. Through time. Your challenges have solutions too. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But eventually. Through patience. Through adaptation. through allowing yourself to change, to bend, to become what you need to become. The deep sea gives you permission to be patient with yourself, to be flexible, to trust that adaptation is happening even when you can't see it, even when you can't feel it, even when you doubt it. Vent's warmth nurtures hope in unexpected places. Even in the coldest, darkest, most pressured environments off American shores and around the world, life finds oases, creates community, thrives against all odds. When you feel cold, when darkness surrounds you, when pressure builds, remember the vents. Remember that warmth can rise from within, from your own geology, from your own chemistry, from your own persistent core that has always been warm, that has always generated heat, that has always sustained your own ecosystem of thoughts and feelings and dreams. You are your own hydrothermal vent, your own oasis, your own source. The warmth is there. You just have to descend deep enough to find it. Have to be patient enough to let it rise. Have to trust that Earth's heat, your heat, has been there all along. Ecosystems thrive in harmony, a model for your inner peace. Everything connected in the deep. Everything balanced. Producers and consumers. Predators and prey. Decomposers recycling everything. Bacteria supporting tube worms. Tube worms providing structure for mussels. Mussels filtering and enriching water for shrimp. Shrimp providing food for fish. Fish dying and feeding amphipods. Amphipods cleaning and maintaining balance. No waste. No excess. Just cycles. Just relationships. Just mutual dependencies that support the whole. Your inner ecosystem can work the same way. Your thoughts supporting your emotions. Your emotions informing your actions. Your actions creating experiences. Your experiences generating memories. Your memories feeding dreams. Everything connected. Everything serving purpose. Everything in balance when you stop fighting, when you allow the natural cycles, when you trust that your internal ecosystem knows how to regulate itself, knows how to find equilibrium, knows how to thrive without your conscious interference. As these facts unfold and fade, your breath deepens naturally, your body relaxes completely. Feel your chest rising and falling now, like the vertical migration of deep-sea creatures off the California coast. Rhythmic. Natural. Easy. Rising with the inhale like lanternfish ascending at dusk. Falling with the exhale like marine snow sinking at dawn. Rising. Falling. The eternal pattern. The movement that requires no thought, no effort, no control. Your body breathes itself. Your heart beats itself. Your cells repair themselves. You don't have to do anything. Just allow. Just be. Just rest in the knowing that your body, like the deep sea, knows exactly what to do without instruction, without supervision, without worry. The deep sea holds you gently tonight, like a vast, soothing cradle beneath American waters and beyond. Imagine yourself suspended in dark water now. supported on all sides by pressure that has become support, by cold that has become comfort, by darkness that has become peace. The water molecules, countless trillions of them, all holding you, not letting you fall, not letting you sink beyond where you need to go, just suspending you perfectly in the midnight zone, in the twilight between waking and sleeping, in the gradient where consciousness fades and dreams begin. Safe, held, cradled in the largest womb on Earth, the ocean that covers most of the planet, that has existed for billions of years, that will exist for billions more, that holds you now, this one night, this one moment, in its vast dark embrace. Wonders await in dreams, rest now in this serene knowledge gathered from American waters and the global abyss. You've learned so much tonight. 100 facts. 100 invitations to wonder. 100 reasons to appreciate the hidden world beneath the waves. Let it all settle into your mind now like sediment. Layer by layer. Fact by gentle fact. Building understanding. Creating foundation. Forming the substrate upon which tomorrow's thoughts will grow. You don't need to remember every detail. Don't need to recall every species name. Just carry the feeling, the sense of vast mystery, the reminder that most of Earth remains unknown, the comfort that life persists in impossible places, that adaptation is always possible, that patience builds wonders, that darkness contains beauty, that pressure creates resilience, that the deep sea, the deep parts of you, are not empty, are not dead, are not frightening. They're full. They're alive. They're peaceful. If sleep comes slowly, let these tranquil truths be your anchor. Something to hold on to when your mind starts to wander. Something to return to when thoughts intrude. The deep sea. The creatures there. The vents and trenches and plains and canyons off American shores. The tube worms swaying. The jellyfish pulsing. The sharks glowing. The corals growing. The bacteria glowing softly in symbiotic partnership. Return to any image that resonates. Any creature that calls to you. Any fact that feels like an anchor. Hold it gently. Not forcefully. Don't grip. Just touch it lightly. Let it remind you where you are. What you're doing. That you're descending. That you're safe. That sleep is approaching like a tide. Inevitable, patient, gentle. Over time, night after night, week after week, return to American Serenity's depths for endless calm. We'll be here. Waiting. Ready to guide you back into the abyss whenever you need peace. Whenever the surface world becomes too bright, too loud, too demanding. Whenever you need to descend, to find darkness, to feel pressure become support, to remember that most of Earth is deep ocean, quiet, patient, eternal. Subscribe if you wish. Join this community of deep sea explorers, of rest seekers, of those who understand that descending is sometimes the only way to rise restored. but no pressure. Even that decision can wait. Right now, just rest. Just be. Just let these 100 facts continue their work in your subconscious while your conscious mind releases, fades, dissolves like bioluminescence dimming at dawn. And now, we rest here together in the deepest part of the ocean. The part that exists in your mind. The part you've created through listening, through imagining, through following these words down, down, down into tranquility. Where no light reaches except what you make yourself. Where pressure is immense but feels like embrace. Where life has found perfect peace through perfect adaptation. You are here now. In your own Mariana Trench. Your own Hadal Zone. Your own deepest depth where sleep lives, where dreams wait, where tomorrow exists only as distant potential and tonight is all there is. There is no rush to return to the surface. No alarm has sounded. No morning has come. Stay here as long as you need. As long as you want. The surface will still be there when you're ready. When you've rested enough. When sleep has done its work of restoration and repair and memory consolidation. But that's hours away. Hours you don't need to think about. Hours that don't exist yet. Only this moment exists. This breath. This darkness. This depth. Imagine yourself as one of these creatures now. Choose whichever calls to you. Maybe you're the Dumbo octopus, flapping your ear like fins slowly, hovering in place, going nowhere because nowhere needs going. Maybe you're the glass sponge, rooted to the seafloor off the Oregon coast, filtering water, growing imperceptibly, 10,000 years old and perfectly patient. Maybe you're the Greenland shark, swimming slowly through Arctic depths, 500 years ahead of you, no hurry whatsoever, each year a single breath in a life measured in centuries. Maybe you're the tube worm, swaying in vent currents, feeding through chemistry, hosting bacteria, needing nothing but what flows to you naturally. Maybe you're the jellyfish, pulsing gently, drifting with currents, water made conscious, simplicity embodied. Choose your creature. Become it. Feel how it feels. Adapted perfectly to your environment. No struggle. No resistance. Just being. Just existing. Just peacefully continuing. Your bed is your abyssal plain now. Soft sediment beneath you. Supporting you completely. Millions of years of accumulated material, compressed into comfort, cradling your body. You sink into it. Not through it. Just into it. The perfect depth. The right amount of yielding and supporting. The sediment remembers your shape. Conforms to you. Holds you. Every pressure point relieved. Every muscle supported. Every joint relaxed. The abyssal plane asks nothing. Provides everything. Silent. Dark. Flat. Peaceful. Eternal. Your breath is the ocean current. Slow. Steady. Eternal. Flowing in through your nostrils like water entering a vent system. flowing out through your mouth like hydrothermal plumes rising into cold seawater. In, out, in, out. The rhythm older than organisms. The pattern that sustains everything. Breath is the current that carries oxygen to your cells. That removes carbon dioxide from your tissues. That regulates your pH. That calms your nervous system. That signals safety to your brain. That triggers relaxation responses. That invites sleep through pure physiology. You don't control the current. You are the current. Flowing. Endless. Patient. Your heartbeat is the pulse of hydrothermal vents discovered in 1977 off the Galapagos, studied now off both American coasts. Warm. Life-giving. Rhythmic. Pulsing heat through your system. Delivering oxygen and glucose to every cell. Removing waste products. Maintaining pressure. Circulating constantly. Your heart beats without your permission, without your attention, without your worry. 70 times per minute right now. 60. 50 as you relax deeper. 40 during deep sleep. Slowing. Calming. Pulsing gently like vents pulse gently, like Earth's heart beats beneath the crust, like life persists through rhythm, through cycle, through endless repetition of essential patterns. In this darkness, you are safe. Safer than anywhere on the surface. The darkness protects you from stimulation, from demands, from the visual noise of the lit world. In this darkness, there's nothing to see, nothing to respond to, nothing that requires processing. Your visual cortex can rest. Your attention can relax. Your awareness can dim. The darkness is not absence. It's presence. The presence of rest. The presence of night. The presence of the deep sea's eternal truth, that most of life happens in darkness, most of Earth exists in darkness, most of peace requires darkness. You are held by darkness like you're held by water. Surrounded. Supported. Safe. Over time, night after night, week after week, return to American Serenity's depths for endless calm. We'll be here, waiting, ready to guide you back into the abyss whenever you need peace. Whenever the surface world becomes too bright, too loud, too demanding. Whenever you need to descend, to find darkness, to feel pressure become support, to remember that most of Earth is deep ocean, quiet, patient, eternal. Subscribe if you wish. Join this community of deep sea explorers, of rest seekers, of those who understand that descending is sometimes the only way to rise restored. But no pressure. Even that decision can wait. Right now, just rest. Just be. Just let these 100 facts continue their work in your subconscious while your conscious mind releases, fades, dissolves like bioluminescence dimming at dawn. And now, we rest here together in the deepest part of the ocean. The part that exists in your mind. The part you've created through listening, through imagining, through following these words down, down, down into tranquility, where no light reaches except what you make yourself, where pressure is immense but feels like embrace, where life has found perfect peace through perfect adaptation. You are here now, in your own Mariana Trench, your own Hadal Zone, your own deepest depth where sleep lives, where dreams wait, where tomorrow exists only as distant potential and tonight is all there is. There is no rush to return to the surface. No alarm has sounded. No morning has come. Stay here as long as you need. As long as you want. The surface will still be there when you're ready. When you've rested enough. When sleep has done its work of restoration and repair and memory consolidation. But that's hours away. Hours you don't need to think about. Hours that don't exist yet. Only this moment exists. This breath. This darkness. This depth. Imagine yourself as one of these creatures now. Choose whichever calls to you. Maybe you're the Dumbo octopus, flapping your ear like fins slowly, hovering in place, going nowhere because nowhere needs going. Maybe you're the glass sponge, rooted to the seafloor off the Oregon coast, filtering water, growing imperceptibly, 10,000 years old and perfectly patient. Maybe you're the Greenland shark, swimming slowly through Arctic depths, 500 years ahead of you, no hurry whatsoever, each year a single breath in a life measured in centuries. Maybe you're the tube worm, swaying in vent currents, feeding through chemistry, hosting bacteria, needing nothing but what flows to you naturally. Maybe you're the jellyfish, pulsing gently, drifting with currents, water made conscious, simplicity embodied. Choose your creature. Become it. Feel how it feels. Adapted perfectly to your environment. No struggle. No resistance. Just being. Just existing. Just peacefully continuing. Your bed is your abyssal plane now. Soft sediment beneath you. Supporting you completely. Millions of years of accumulated material, compressed into comfort, cradling your body. You sink into it. Not through it. Just into it. The perfect depth. The right amount of yielding and supporting. The sediment remembers your shape. Conforms to you. Holds you. Every pressure point relieved. Every muscle supported. Every joint relaxed. The abyssal plane asks nothing. Provides everything. Silent. Dark. Flat. Peaceful. Eternal. Your breath is the ocean current. Slow. Steady. Eternal. Flowing in through your nostrils like water entering a vent system. Flowing out through your mouth like hydrothermal plumes rising into cold seawater. In. Out. In. Out. The rhythm older than organisms. The pattern that sustains everything. Breath is the current that carries oxygen to your cells. That removes carbon dioxide from your tissues. That regulates your pH. That calms your nervous system. That signals safety to your brain. That triggers relaxation responses. that invites sleep through pure physiology. You don't control the current. You are the current. Flowing. Endless. Patient. Your heartbeat is the pulse of hydrothermal vents discovered in 1977 off the Galapagos, studied now off both American coasts. Warm. Life-giving. Rhythmic. Pulsing heat through your system. Delivering oxygen and glucose to every cell. Removing waste products. Maintaining pressure. Circulating constantly. Your heart beats without your permission, without your attention, without your worry. 70 times per minute right now. 60. 50 as you relax deeper. 40 during deep sleep. Slowing. Calming. Pulsing gently like vents pulse gently, like Earth's heart beats beneath the crust, like life persists through rhythm, through cycle, through endless repetition of essential patterns. In this darkness, you are safe. Safer than anywhere on the surface. The darkness protects you from stimulation, from demands, from the visual noise of the lit world. In this darkness, there's nothing to see, nothing to respond to, nothing that requires processing. Your visual cortex can rest. Your attention can relax. Your awareness can dim. The darkness is not absence. It's presence. The presence of rest. The presence of night. The presence of the deep sea's eternal truth, that most of life happens in darkness, most of Earth exists in darkness, most of peace requires darkness. You are held by darkness like you're held by water. Surrounded. Supported. Safe. The deep sea asks nothing of you tonight. It does not judge your day, does not critique your choices, does not demand improvement or productivity or achievement. It does not care if you finished your to-do list, if you met your goals, if you lived up to expectations. The deep sea simply is, and it invites you to simply be. No performance, no striving, no becoming, just being, just existing, just resting in the dark pressure of this moment. The glass sponges off American coasts don't worry about purpose. The Greenland sharks don't stress about meaning. The tube worms don't question their value. They simply exist. Simply continue. Simply are. And tonight, so are you. Simply. Purely. Peacefully. So be. Rest. Sleep. Let go. Surrender. Descend. You've earned this. You've traveled this far. You've listened this long. You've descended this deep. Now, complete the journey. Cross the threshold. Let consciousness finally release its grip. Let sleep rise from below like the Hadal Zone reaching up to embrace you. Like darkness welcoming darkness. Like ocean welcoming water. Like home welcoming the wanderer who has journeyed far and is finally ready to rest. If these words still find you awake in this deep hour, that's all right. Sometimes we need to sink slowly through every layer, Through the sunlight zone, the twilight zone, the midnight zone, the abyssal zone, the hadal zone. Layer by layer. Gradually. Patiently. Sometimes pressure must equalize one atmosphere at a time. Sometimes eyes need time to adapt to increasing darkness. Sometimes the body needs to trust that depth won't crush, that darkness won't harm, that letting go won't mean falling forever. Take your time. Take all the time you need. The ocean is patient, has been here for billions of years. Will wait for you. Will hold space for you. Will be here when you're ready. And so will we. American Serenity. Your community. Your haven. Your gentle guide into peaceful waters and deeper depths. We'll be here tomorrow night if you need to return. If you need another descent. If you need reminding that the deep exists and you can reach it and it's peaceful there and you're safe there and rest waits there in the darkness and the pressure and the cold that becomes comfort when you stop resisting. Drift now, gentle soul. Drift into sleep like marine snow falling softly through darkness off American shores. Particle by particle. Flake by flake. Thought by dissolving thought. Down, down, down through the water column. Through the midnight zone. Past the bioluminescent creatures. Past the vents. Past the canyons. Down to the abyssal plain where the sediment remembers everything, where time moves slowly, where change happens but is measured in millennia not moments, where peace isn't something you achieve but something you become part of, something you sink into, something you are held by. The abyss welcomes you tonight. Opens. Receives. Embraces. Not the abyss of fear or horror or despair. The abyss of depth. Of unknown. A vast majority of ocean that exists in peaceful darkness. The abyss that isn't empty but is full. Full of life. Full of adaptation. Full of beauty that requires no light to exist. Full of peace that asks nothing and gives everything. The abyss welcomes you home. Peace is your depth. Not your height. Not your surface. Not your bright sunlit productive performance self. Those are fine. Those matter. But they're not peace. Peace is deeper. Quieter. Darker. Slower. Peace is the abyssal plain version of you. The part that doesn't do, that just is. The part that doesn't strive, that just exists. The part that doesn't perform, that just continues. That part is your depth. Your true depth. Your peaceful depth. And it's there. Always. Waiting. Patient as glass sponges. Ancient as Greenland sharks. Steady as deep sea currents. Your peace is your depth. Descend to it now. Sleep is your ocean. Vast. Containing everything. Covering most of you. Most of your time. Most of your life when you calculate hours. More time asleep than at any single activity. Sleep is your ocean. Your majority. You're deep. And you can enter it now. Wade in. Swim out. Dive down. Let it cover your head. Let it fill your awareness. Let it become your entire world for the next hours. Sleep, the ocean that receives you nightly, that restores you completely, that asks only that you surrender, that you float, that you trust it to hold you while your conscious mind releases and your subconscious takes over and dreams begin and repair happens and tomorrow is born from the depths of tonight's rest. Rest, now, rest, just rest. Thank you for descending with American serenity tonight, into depths off both coasts, into trenches in American territories, into vents and canyons and plains and zones where life persists in peace, where adaptation creates beauty, where darkness holds light, where pressure becomes support, where the impossible becomes everyday, where the alien becomes home. May your dreams be as vast as the Pacific off California, as peaceful as the abyssal plains off the Atlantic, and as wondrous as the deep, deep sea. Good night, gentle explorer. Good night, deep diver. Good night. If this peaceful journey through nature's wonders helped you drift into deep, restful sleep, thank you for joining me tonight. If you love these serene American Serenity videos, hit that subscribe button and the bell so we can unwind together every week. Sweet dreams.